Let's try this again. Welcome back, everybody, to this week's edition of Deconstruction Junction podcast. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your days. And hopefully you all are getting audio off of me today, Tara.
What are we getting? We're getting audio.
Okay, great. I don't think you were getting audio from the place that I wanted you to get audio from, so it's going to be one of those perfectly imperfect episodes.
Yes,
I'm
agreed.
Dr. Flo, and I am here to help you weave your way towards your dreams and to manifest what you want out of your life. If you've got a dream out there to be happy, healthy, and free, if you've got a dream to have great sex, great food, great adventures, and the great rest that comes from having great income, I would love to help you get to your mountaintop. You can find out more about me at askdrflo.com, askdrflo.com, askdrflo.com. We're joined every week by the brilliantly talented, consistently amazing, forever effervescent when she wants to be, co-host of Deconstruction Junction, the Tara Priolo. Welcome back to the pod.
Hello, folks. I am Tara Priolo. I am your resident Black, biracial, multi-passionate musician, which some people don't seem to do the research well on the internet. Okay, just this one, okay? Just that one. There you go. That is my kiddo Piper, who is back in the saddle. Y'all haven't had a podcast without Pipey for a while. But if you go to my Substack, there is a morning yap from yesterday where Piper is not present. So if you're interested in that, there it is. What else am I supposed to be saying? I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. I also work at the intersections of voice and identity, and I help you remove the entanglements that you and others have placed upon your voice. You can find out more about me at tarapriolo.com/links. And I am at Tara Priolo Studio on all platforms that matter, including my one that, nope, we're not opening that one because we already opened the other one. There will be a time when life was gone. Those aren't the words, but we were in a layman's mood before we got on here. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying. If you would like to join Dr. Flo on a podcast, because I'm going on maternity leave in 2 weeks, 17 days to be exact, 17 days or less, I should say. 17 days or less, boo-boo. 17 days or less. So if you would like to come on the pod with Dr. Flo, whether that is for Deconstruction Junction or to share your own story, I know Dr. Flo has a whole list of podcast guests that he has reached back out to. But if you're someone out there listening to this right now and you really want to get in the door, go ahead and live chat us at the lovedandlovable.org link, and your name could be here on the screen with your little Bitmoji or your pretty little face. Because if you're talking to us, we know that you're pretty. Okay.
You're definitely pretty. You're loved and lovable. You're in your wholeness. You feel your wholeness. We really want to attract those who know that they are the shit and that they are doing their best every day to step further into being in love with themselves. Hating on yourself, not giving yourself grace. I know that a lot of people, myself included, have been really addicted to that over the years. Let's try something new for the next 20 years of our lives. Let's see ourselves in our wholeness. Let's love ourselves as we are. Let's embrace our imperfection and let our freak flags fly.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride to all of the freaks.
Happy Pride.
And those who do freaky things.
That part.
Speaking of those who do freaky things like expelling air out of their throats and twirling on stages and 8 shows a week, Tara's first topic is all about
the Tonys. I feel like we had this last year. I have brought you all enough sadness for, the last couple of weeks I've had very heavy topics starting off, so I figured I'd start light and go heavy this week. So we're going to start with the Tonys, and if we go to the next page, we are of course going to listen to the fabulous. It should bring you out to a link. The fabulous Alex Newell. I watched this again this morning with Piper, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it all together now.
Little motto always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. Folks atop the ladder are the ones the world adores. So boost me up my ladder, kid, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's all stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama stroking you. So what's the one conclusion I could bring this number to? When you're good to mama, mama's good.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And then I have Mr. Joshua Henry, who we all knew was going to win the Tony. Okay, we all knew based on the marketing. Okay, I brought his speech, so we're going to go listen to his speech on Instagrams.
Thank you all so much. Thank you to the Broadway League and the American Theater Wing for this incredible award and all the incredible men in my category. I have to thank God, my endless creative source, for gifts like Catherine Henry. Thank you for dreaming with me, even when it's been hard. Thank you for putting our kids to bed. Thank you for your love and your sacrifice. And to my boys, Samson the champion, Leo my hero, Max the great. This is incredible, but remember, it's the practice that you do when no one is looking. And how you fall down and how you get back up again, that's what makes you great. Everyone at the Vivian Beaumont telling their story, onto the stage, backstage, on stage. Thanks for making it a joy to come to work every single day. The ensemble of Ragtime, each and every one of you are stars. Lear DeBestine, thank you for your incredible vision and pursuit of excellence. And speaking on excellence for a second, Audrey McDonald and Brian Stokes Mitchell, thank you for your Black Don't Crack legacy of artistic brilliance, showing us that we can shine in the fullness of who we are. It is an honor to play this role, Cole House Walker Jr., a black musician whose art led him to his love and to his dream. And even in the face of pain and tragedy, he found a way to be heard. Every artist in this room, every artist at home, fight to be heard. I want to dedicate this to Birgit Fiervante, my first voice teacher. She's here today. She gave me free voice lessons and told me I could do this when I didn't even know what she was talking about. I love you so much. Thank you all. God bless.
Amen. Black don't crack excellence, and he is not wrong. Audrey McDonald and Brian Stokes Mitchell, okay? And shout out to the voice teachers of the world. Shout out to the voice teachers of the world, because sometimes our students go on and do really cool-ish, and we were at the foundation of it, and it's a beautiful thing. I have a couple students that have gone on to be in shows in college and beyond, and it is a wonderful feeling as a voice teacher. And I listen, okay? Alex Newell is on repeat, all right? Mom is good to you, okay? And in my noggin, every other day, we be singing, Sarah, come down to me. Never my life. Sarah, come down to me. It's an earworm, okay? So We just all gonna be together. I'm gonna let you take it away on the next topic because my child is asking for help. So that's Tony's. Congratulations to the Black people. And Pink also knocked it out of the park.
She did a great job. She did a great job. I'm going to talk about some of the things happening over on Threads. For you all who are not aware, Threads has 490 million people who are yapping all day over there. I like to go to the Threads and talk about some of the things that we are hearing and seeing from the people over there. If it will allow me to pull it up today, Meta's been having a bunch of technological challenges today. For those of you on Instagram and Facebook and beyond, it's just been slow. I don't know what they got going on over there. We've got our good friend Destiny Muhammad Music saying unapologetically grateful. She's unapologetically grateful every day. We've got a couple of other things going on here. It's a very slow day of exciting things happening on this feed. I'm also glad that I didn't pull this up on the screen because there's also so much scandalous stuff happening as well. My For You page is just...
It was all 3 Meta apps, girl. One Up sent out a notification, not sent out a notification, but they said that no posts will be going up to any platform. Any Meta platform, Threads, Instagram, and Facebook until they fix it. So it is not surprising to me that Threads is having a moment. Did you maybe want to talk a little bit about the law of attraction that we were just talking about on the other live?
Sure. Anything's better than watching this guy. He crashed into the back of someone, flipped his car, then got out and started attacking the people trying to help him. He rushed a man and knocked him down, choked a woman, then ran down the street and punched out another person's truck windows with his bare fists. So, once again, the internet's trying to scare us today. Elon Musk is now the world's first trillionaire, at least on paper, with the launch of SpaceX's IPO today. Musk's net worth crossed the trillionaire threshold of 1.005 trillion, according to CBS News. Why do we keep celebrating this nonsense, Tara? Gary Vee also says, if you're 40, you're a baby. I'm not saying it to be nice. I'm saying it because it's true. It's never too late until you're dead. I'm going to read that one more time. If you're 40, you're a baby. I'm not saying it to be nice. Gary Vee says, I'm saying it because it's true. It's never too late until you're dead. Do not give up on your dreams, folks. It is never, ever too late. There are people who've launched their businesses in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. There are people who got married in their 90s. It's not over until it's over. Today is the day to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to live your dream. No one else can come into your world and into your path and give you permission. Tara, I asked her for years, give me permission. Tell me I can do it. Tell me I can do it. And then went right back into a hole and refused to do it because a lot of us are waiting on our parents or our spouses or our friends or our favorite internet personality to give us permission to live our dreams. It is not a thing. It's not a thing. You're going to have to give yourself permission. Tara asked me to riff about the law of attraction, so I'm going to take that forward from where we were talking about in the earlier TikTok room. For those of you who are not aware of the law of attraction is the idea that what we consistently think, feel, believe, and focus on influences the experiences that we attract into our lives. In simple language, where attention goes, energy flows. Whatever dominates your thoughts tends to shape your actions, and your actions create outcomes. Your outcomes become your life. And whether you view this spiritually, psychologically, or energetically, there's a truth in this principle. People move towards what they repeatedly focus on. Okay? Now, here's another truth, and Tara, just stop me whenever you come back from putting the baby down. You are always attracting something in your life. Many people think that they only attract when they're doing affirmations. That's not true. And we have affirmation rooms over on TikTok almost every day for people who want to anchor down and hunker down into their powerful presence and their awesome, loved, and lovable nature. But the truth is that we're not just attracting when we do affirmations, we're attracting all day long. Our beliefs in life and in ourselves, they are attracting. Your habits are attracting. Your conversations are attracting. Your expectations are attracting. Your self-concept is attracting. I'm going to read that one more time. You're attracting all day long. Your beliefs about the world and how you envision the world, that's attracting. Your habits, it only takes between 14 to 21 days to build a habit. Your habits are attracting. Your conversations are attracting. Your expectations are attracting. How you expect other people to behave, how you expect life to happen for you, your expectations on yourself, that's all attracting. And your self-concept is attracting. If you are out there and you believe nobody supports me, nothing ever works out, I'm always overlooked, success happens to other people, but it doesn't happen to me, you will unconsciously make choices that reinforce those beliefs. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because your mind is constantly looking for evidence that you are right.
I am back.
And so if you don't believe that you're attractive enough to get a partner, or that you're not smart enough to get a raise, or that you're not smart enough to start your own business, or you're not smart enough to attract new clients, whatever it is for you, whether or not you believe you can or you can't, you're right.
That part.
We're big law of attraction people around here. And the thing about it is that being a law of attraction person forces you to take full responsibility for your experience. So if you're having a shitty day, if you're not manifesting the clients, if you're not actualizing the money in the bank, if things are not working out for you, it's something that you're doing. Not to toxically shame you or blame you, but
right. And you can continue to not do that thing. Like
Terry used to tell me when I was in New York, she'd be like, the math got a math and the logic got a logic.
The math is mathing and the logic's got a logic. Yeah. I mean, my most recent thing, I've been telling Flo for years that I'm in too niche of a situation to ever go viral, right? To ever have anything important happen on my page. And the minute that I was like, okay, let me just stretch a little further. Let me just say the damn thing that I often say on Deconstruction Junction, but I don't really bring to my platforms, or I put in a carousel, or I bury it somewhere in a caption or whatever. Let me just. And I broke Meta. So it was me, darling. It was me. I pressed the wrong button at Meta this morning.
You got to push out beyond your comfort zone. And sometimes beyond your comfort zone is believing that people want to listen to what you have to say. If you're a person out there who wants to start going live and wants to start attracting people into your love flow, but you still have that mantra going on in your head, who would listen to me? Who would listen to me? Who would pay attention to me? You are defeating yourself before you even begin. You have to make yourself attractive to people by believing in yourself. Change your self-concept. Change your I can'ts into I cans, and then watch the universe respond to that boldness. Fortune favors the bold. Every time I've made thousands of dollars in my life or attracted amazing opportunities, it's because I was intentionally choosing, as Tara's talking about today, to be bold. I want to encourage everybody under the sound of my voice to be bold, to be strong. Love is with you. And we're going to continue to need to be bold and strong for these bullies called ICE. Over to you, Tara.
Indeed. Sorry, I was taking a sip of water. Okay, if we go to the next page, I have some screenshots. Basically, what you need to know is ICE hasn't gotten any better. It's just gotten more covert, less coverage, et cetera, et cetera. So it wasn't this week, it was June 4th. But we have not done, they didn't report it, I believe, until the 6th or the 7th. But a Georgian migrant was the 50th person to die in ICE detention during the immigration crackdown. It's bad. Like there are people dying because there's not clean water, because they're not receiving medical care, because they're, being forced to. There's a story out there. There's this person on the internet who does these videos of, it's like women getting punished for not smiling enough, and then the person making the videos like showcases all of these men doing horrible things that have gotten like major accolades over the years. But anyway, they also have videos of this one person who was shot like multiple times by ICE, and he's in detention. He's in a concentration camp, and he is supposed to be given like pain medicine, like ibuprofen, multiple times a day, and he's getting half a one a day. And this person still has like shrapnel and bullets in his body because he didn't get the attention that, like, he's not getting medical attention. So just know that it's bad. There were multiple people abducted in Minnesota this week. They're definitely not gone. It's just going underreported. And then I also wanted to just bring, once again, a little bit of light. Miss Rachel is doing the thing. Miss Rachel went to Washington, D.C. this week and talked to a whole bunch of politicians and is trying to get Dilley and Delaney closed. So she has been, she's been trying to get petitions. She's been talking about it nonstop. She got to talk to some children at Delaney this week. And it's really nice to see a white woman with a big platform actually using their platform for something other than complaining, So kudos to Miss Rachel, and keep the pressure on them is what I will say about ICE.
What I was thinking about today, those kids on the playground, high school never ends, middle school never ends, elementary school never ends. That's something that we say frequently on the pod. They are kids that love putting magnifying glasses on ants. They are kids who love punishing small rodents and things.
Yeah, there's kids that love taking the legs off of daddy long leg spiders.
Right. Those people are employed at the ICE detention centers.
Mm-hmm.
What we cannot ignore is that a person who isn't giving proper pain meds to a person in pain, that's a human that likes to see other humans suffer. That's a specific kind of mental illness. And these people are employed by police departments, ICE detention centers, they are correction officers. These people exist, and we have to continue to speak up and out and against this so that they're not able to harm other living beings just because that's how they feel alive and superior.
Right. I should also say that Congress decided to fund DHS and ICE with $70 billion at the end of last week. So just
they also have a suffering kink. They also have a thing. I'm not sure if it's a sadism or masochism. I always get them confused. I think it's I got the whole.
I don't know, girl, because there was that whole conversation happened with 50 Shades of Grey. People were
it's called sadism. SADISM. It's a tendency to derive pleasure, gratification, or excitement from the physical or emotional suffering of others. Same thing goes to the people who were keeping those beagles in that farm, and they just got released. there are people who
not see
derive
that.
pleasure. I'm sorry?
I did not see that. I'll have to go check the chat. Like dog beagles?
Yeah. There's a
Oh,
beagle freedom. Was it beagles or were they? Let me see.
breeding farms
Recent
are not cute.
giant. This was a testing facility
Oh.
where they do awful things to dogs. It was all over. It was all over the internet.
Oh, it did not come to me.
That's so interesting. I forget what kind of dogs they were though.
Let's see. Experimental experiments. I think you're right. 1,500 beagles rescued from Life of Biomedical Research.
Yeah, from Ridgeland Farms, a commercial breeding and research facility in Wisconsin, facing felony animal cruelty charges, and the facility surrendered its state breeding license, allowing the dogs to be rehomed nationwide. Yeah, like the things that they were doing to these dogs inside that facility, and like the human products that they were testing on them and causing them harm. There's one dog that was just walking in circles because she had been blinded and she couldn't see, but she was in like a 2x2 cage. Like people who are working in these facilities doing these things to people, they're into sadism. They're deriving pleasure, gratification, and excitement from physical or emotional suffering of other living beings. They must be stopped. We bring it up on this podcast because we're not going to be the kinds of people that just sit around and watch this shit happen and not say something about it.
Very sad.
Very, very sad. I'm surprised that your white lady algorithm didn't tap into that.
And it looks like it's been out. That story's been out for a month. This PBS article is from May 3rd.
Yeah, this is an old school one.
And I did not. I had my, and it's in Wisconsin.
I know, your neighbor.
It's right next door. Like, what the heck? Yeah, my white lady heart would have been, I would have brought that to the pot a long time ago had I been shown it.
We love beagles. Beagles are that's the dog that Charlie Brown had.
We love beagles. They're very nice dogs. Very nice dogs.
The first thing that came up on my threads push here for this particular segment today is from Managed by Moonlight. Free resumes during the month of June for anyone Black, Brown, and Indigenous. All resume services will remain discounted indefinitely after June to help fight career-oriented discrimination and encourage equal employment opportunities. Please follow and repost and share. I'm going to repost this in real time.
And I'm going to go find it under your reposts so I can also repost it.
Threads is not allowing me to repost right now for some reason because they are acting.
Okay, well, someone hit a button at Meta.
Yeah, something's very, very weird.
My theory is they are installing more AI into the Meta property because the article has like this big, like when you read the articles, it's got this Meta AI behind the pictures. So I think they're doing something with their AI, and I think it tanked their platforms. So we'll see when they come back for fully. I did manage to get a post up on Instagram. So did you. So
it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. Gary Vee says, whether you're 20, 40, or 60, you have more time than you think. Whether you're 20, 40, or 60, you have more time than what you think. Moonlight is over in the TikTok audience and says they removed it. I had to repost. Oh, that's crazy. It's nutso over here. On Meta is having quite. Well, there's a repost. Oh, there it is, Sarah. I reposted it now.
Thank you. I think I follow Manage. I'm gonna make sure I
Managed
follow
by Moonlight also said 56 minutes ago, dear threats, connect me with women who've been in survival mode long enough to either forget who they are or never had a chance to learn themselves. I'm here for you. Let's find ourselves together. Perhaps Managed by Moonlight and Lisa Collins of The Journey Home can partner together, because I think that that's aligned work that they're both trying to do with women. There are a lot of women empowerment groups around, and that could be a match made in heaven. I'm refreshing my threads one more time to see if there's anything exciting that's happening. The Washington National Opera has filed suit against the Kennedy Center, seeking to recover more than $17 million that the company says it's owed following its departure from the center earlier this year.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. They left because the buffoon put his name on the door.
Yeah, and then the court said he can't do that. So now it's being changed back.
But I'm convinced that everything he's doing is a circus spectacle, because the real evildoers are doing things behind the scenes, and he's just the clown that we see.
He's just keeping us distracted. He's just keeping us distracted in the same way that Meta is keeping us distracted today, right? In the same way that TikTok went down last night, and it was like distraction, you know, like, and this is not to make us paranoid, y'all. It's just to make us aware that like everything that we use is nothing compared to what like these rich, white, very dangerous people are using. You know, all of it is a distraction from that. And we won't find out about it for decades, hundreds of years. Like, we'll all be dead and gone. And then somebody's going to write some story about what some person we don't even know the name
of. How we were manipulated in June of 2026.
Right. How they actually put chips in the vaccines or something, you know, like somebody's going to write something hundreds of years, just like they did about Jesus. We're the Jesuses of our time.
Oh, hallelujah, Tara. Oh, hallelujah.
The atheist.
I had to go over to another Meta property this morning just to chat with Tara. It makes me wonder if our Telegram ministry is going to be coming back, because I was using Meta as a backup for Meta, and that's some bullshit too.
You have said that for months, and I actually you've mentioned Telegram at least once a month for the last like 4 or 5 months.
Maybe my intuition is telling me that these motherfuckers are truly trying to like get us. I woke up this morning, none of my messages were going through on Instagram to Tara. Threads is bonking out today and acting crazy and removing social justice and restorative justice and reparation posts from the assigned white at birth community member that wants to be a blessing to assign black and brown at birth people. Something's going crazy. It may not be a bad idea.
Until you messaged me on WhatsApp, I thought it was my Instagram being taken down again because my post was going viral. I was like, oh my God, I got 35,000 views. There's like over 1,000 shares. Like, of course, Meta would like tank me. Right. But it's not, it wasn't just me, girl. Then I went over to Facebook and it was like, your notifications are unavailable. And I was like,
well, here's the deal. It wasn't a universal outage for everyone. It was a certain segment of users that were affected. So maybe we're in the social justice, call it like we see it. Maybe there's a tag on the back end of us being liberators, and they bonked our shit. We don't know if everybody's shit went down today. We know that we are people on the internet speaking up for justice and truth and radical love and liberation, and we could not talk to each other.
We couldn't.
For hours this morning.
I did go back on Telegram last night to make sure that I was not going to burn anything down accidentally, because I haven't been over there for a while. So let us know in the comment section wherever you are. We're going to do what we want. But if you're on Telegram and you would like to be a part of the Telegram ministry that we have had in the past, as you know, we often switch platforms for the group chats to try and mitigate what is happening in the algorithmic spaces. We always like to have one that is non-algorithmic, which right now we do have the private membership over on the Band app, which you are welcome to join after you sign your paperwork. You cannot come into the gym and use the equipment until you sign your paperwork, okay? Because if you try to sue us for your own stupidity, we ain't having that. We don't do that, okay? No. We're not doing that. So if you have a Telegram, if you're interested in being part of that ministry, we may just sit people in the group over there and not do anything. But it is built. You built it a couple months ago. You brought it back. There's a broadcast channel.
Years ago. I built it years ago, and there are parts of it that wasn't burned, and it may be a good deal because we were fully reliant on Meta this morning. Of course, we have each other's phone numbers so we can text each other.
Right. And he could have messaged me on Telegram, but yeah.
Exactly. I just got through on WhatsApp, and I was like, okay, this is good enough. But I know that as it relates to social justice and getting the word out and having liberation, Telegram is still one of the freest spaces on the internet. So Moonlight, are you on Telegram per se? Moonlight's in our live audience today. Are you on Telegram per se? Moonlight's also saying, I think the platform police are censoring more like terms to prevent people from talking. I know they are.
Agreed. Well, and that's, part of the reason I got flagged is because there's 100 and almost 200 comments on that post, which now, and hopefully it'll get fixed, but when I went on there before this podcast, I could only see 20 of my comments on that post.
Right. I don't have time. Okay. I know that Gary Vee is online saying that 40 years is young. I don't have time to be fucking around with these people and their games. I pay my phone bill. I want to be on services where I can speak directly to my people. I'm grateful that now we have, I think it's 21 core members of Love and Action Network over on Band app. We had to fight for those 21 people to come into alignment and be in the space because these
you love me
owners of the algorithm do not want us joining together.
Right.
They don't want people who are keyed into freedom and liberation actually talking.
Right. Well, and this is one of those things, once again, that like, because the culture on these apps has been to foster anger and vitriol, it appears that we all hate each other more than we like each other, and that prevents liberation. That's why when listen, y'all, I keep bringing up this post because it's so funny to me that this is the post, right, where like I'm talking to assigned white at birth people. I literally say it at the beginning of the reel. I say, this is for my assigned white at birth people who think they can't sing this music, so they just go silent, right? You just don't do anything. You don't push for this music. Da 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 da. People are mad. White people are mad that they can't sing, quote unquote, can't sing. Once again, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right, right? That you can't sing this music, so you're mad about that. But then I make a reel that says, listen, there's composers out there that wanted you to, that literally created arrangements for you to sing it. And people are mad that I'm telling them that they can't. Right. So like there's just this culture of vitriol online that is, Moonlight, moving us further and further apart, or making it appear that we're further apart, but we're actually not. And it's just a matter of like, and that's what I noticed. Like so much online, so much of my stuff, like, and Sky and I were talking about it in a comment section on another one of my posts, because I put up this face. I said how I feel about my comment sections going crazy, because I get it from the Black people, from the white people. I get it from all the people, because y'all just mad that a biracial girly is speaking her mind and showing you how there's a way for joy, instead of crying about how biraciality sucks, or how Blackness sucks, or how whiteness sucks. Y'all are just mad at people existing when you could just exist and be in community with us. That's just crazy. It's crazy the way these algorithms have tanked y'all's brains. Like, get free.
Weren't you talking recently about the people who were like half Asian, half black that were going up?
Yeah,
about
because of Rick Chow, and we are going to talk about Carmelo Anthony today, y'all. So just buckle your seats, okay? Buckle in your seatbelts because we have different opinions.
Yeah, I'm about to sit here and just scowl until that segment is complete. But thank you for the warning. I see it coming up on the slide next.
It's coming because I couldn't talk about Cyrus and not bring Carmelo. Okay, because we talked about Cyrus last week. We got to talk about Carmelo this week. Okay, and the thing is, folks, that like we have these blanket monolithic statements that effectively exclude. And I have said this so many times on this podcast, and I intend to say it on my social media at some point today. Black people, brown people, people of color, white people, y'all have got to get honest with yourselves about how you are engaging with white supremacist Delulu by exclusion. Because when you make a blanket statement and you say that all Asian people are bad, and it's a black person saying this, the Blasians go, what am I supposed to do? And then y'all get mad. Yes, we do need to hold racist people accountable. Yes, that Asian dude, whatever his name was, I don't dignify murderers with their names, okay? Whatever his name was, right? He should be dealt with, okay? The black community should not be giving him that money anymore. However, y'all, like, not every, and this is a conversation that Flo and I have had over the years, like, not every white person is out to get you, right? Not every Asian person is out to get you. Not every black person is out to get you. Not every person is out to get you just because you've had a negative experience with one of them. That is exclusion. And that is the work of freaking white supremacy that y'all are doing. Y'all sit out here on the internet and you bitch 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 and you complain and you complain and you complain and you complain about white supremacist Delulu. And then you engage in white supremacist Delulu and expect it to change. That's crazy.
It's definitely a cognitive distortion, an amplification of the negative. That's a cognitive distortion under cognitive behavioral therapy for sure.
Yeah. And it's just, and then you get mad at people for calling out the hypocrisy, right? And it's normally a mixed person or someone that you view as not whatever enough for your culture, right? The Oreos, the black people that went to PWIs, right? Y'all, well, that's a white person then. Oh, that person wants to be white. No, girl. we just speak in what we seeing. Okay.
I just wanted a quality education, and that's where I got accepted. That was my top pick. I went there.
I live in the Midwest.
Educated.
Okay.
Right? Like, what do you want from me?
Right.
None of you motherfuckers are sending me to school.
Right. And if I tried to get into an HBCU, what would y'all say? Well, but let's be real honest. Once again, how are you engaging in white supremacist Delulu? Because sometimes y'all want to claim the Blasians and the biracial people, right? When it's convenient for you, or when you perceive it's convenient for you. But then the other half of the time, you don't want to claim us because you want to call us white passing. Anyway, okay.
Well, I'm saying I have a black stepfather, and he's been my dad most of my life. But the hate I get from my family, from both sides, despite I can't help my mama, LOL. It's wild out here.
It's wild.
It's wild out here, but people want to be offended. People want to be mad. They want to feel like they belong to something, even if what they belong to is bullshit.
And they want to blame others for their situation.
Other blaming is another cognitive distortion under CBT. They're not well.
They're not well.
They're not well.
Well.
Speaking of not well.
Oh God. Okay. If you go forward, I think I tried to find a very neutral take. Okay, so this is from Mercado Media. Those of you that don't know who Mercado Media is, there's this dude named Andrew Mercado, and he actually got his platform blew up during 2020 and the uprisings. And he's from Minnesota. Maybe not from Minnesota, but lives here. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I'll say one more thing about him. He used to be a conservative MAGA Republican who has swung to the other side and is now progressive and covers a lot of the ICE situations, etc. Anyway, so Mercado Media 1 says, breaking. This was 2 days ago when the verdict came out. A Texas jury has found 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony guilty of murder in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Following a confrontation at a high school track meet in Frisco. Jurors reached a verdict after roughly 3 hours of deliberations. The case now moves to the punishment phase, where the court will determine Anthony's sentence. Okay. I have...
We're doing this.
We're here. We have arrived. We're here, and we were just talking about Black Mama, White Mama, so we just gonna keep going. Okay, we talk about the Asian daddy, we talk about the Black daddy, like
it's only been 400 years. What's another few minutes going to hurt us?
Right. We've been talking about it since y'all started believing Jesus was white. Okay, let's be real. Let's be 100%.
Do not come from my white Lord and Savior.
I came for him. Okay, and y'all started turning Jesus white in like the year zero. Okay, so those people were like, Jesus was white. No, he wasn't. Anyway, so here, okay, folks.
Take your time.
I think this case went wrong. Okay, I do not believe that he should have been charged with first-degree murder. Okay, I don't believe that it was premeditated. I do not believe that. I do not. Okay. However, also, in the same way that the store owner who murdered Cyrus should not have had a gun in his store, Carmelo probably shouldn't have brought a knife to a track meet. Like, what? It doesn't matter the race of a person. Race is a construct. Like, why? The conversation here is, why are children predisposed to this type of violence? Because the other part of it is Austin was egging on Carmelo, right? And so, like, do I believe that absolutely Carmelo's sentence and Carmelo's verdict is because he's Black versus being Asian, like the store owner was? Yes. Can I also sit here and say that we have a problem with having weaponry being brought by children to school events? Yeah, there is a nuance to all of this. Why did Carmelo have a knife? Right? And I think the other part of this is, like, Carmelo pled guilty, y'all. Like, this is not, and so did Vance Bolter. Y'all, we're gonna go to Vance Bolter. I don't know if y'all remember who that is. He's the guy that killed the 2 white politicians here in Minnesota last year. Okay, he just pled guilty this week. All right. So, like, once again, why are we in this violence? Like, why? Like, it is beyond me that this child, in the same way that is beyond me for the mass shootings, why are these children bringing weaponry to school? Because last time I checked, no matter what people say, we are not supposed to kill them because of what they say. And
why?
And you're not protected by the color of your skin to say anything you want and then go off and kill somebody. That's carry on. I gotta go let the dogs in. You take them. I got you. You take them.
Why did these children because these are children. I'm in my 40s now. There's a lot of children out here. Moonlight, Ben, Angie, there's a lot of children walking out here. Why do these children not trust that the adults can intervene to keep them safe from all this bullshit? I blame the assigned white at birth one and the assigned black at birth kid, because nobody wanted to get a trusted adult. If you're at a track meet, you got coaches, you got people that should be the responsible adults in your life to walk over to the responsible adult and say, hey, this kid's under this tent. Could you help me do this? If the responsible adults can't fix it, then you can call the law enforcement officers and get this type of mediation involved. The fact that everybody went to pushing, shoving, but you're right. We live in a very, very violent culture. Like I said yesterday on my live streams, check me out every day online, AskDrFlow.com, AskDrFlow.com, AskDrFlow.com. Sponsored this year by Awesome Angie Novelties and Gifts. Awesome Angie
Thank you,
Novelties and
Angie.
Gifts. Awesome Angie Novelties and Gifts. Thank you for your sponsorship. Shoes, deodorant, a bar of soap for the showers, a breath mint in case I want to make out with a cute girl after it's all said and done. Those are the things that would be a change of underwear, a change of socks. These are the things that would be in my backpack. Never a knife.
Never a knife. Never
Now,
a weapon.
I did want a counterpoint on you. Unless you've lived in a major city or been in some of these really, really shifty looking bodega shop places, I do think that the shop owner has the right to have a gun in there, because if someone pulls a gun on me,
sure, but
or
if
a bag of fucking Doritos,
right,
I'm
but
gonna
if
give
we
you the.
took guns off the street completely, do you think we'd have a less violent society?
I don't know about that, because the people that I interface with over in the UK, where everybody doesn't have guns and the police don't have guns, like if someone has a gun and nobody around has a gun, then it kind of puts the bullies in control. You don't want
Mayhaps.
to be, you don't want to be in the country western movie where only the bad guys get to ride into town with guns and stick up everybody.
Only the good die young.
So I do think that we should reserve the right to protect ourselves. What I don't like about that bodega convenience store situation is that I never heard from that story that the person who was running away was being aggressive towards the shop owner themselves.
Agreed.
Also, I feel the same way about cops. If a person's running away, you shouldn't shoot them in the back, because they're not a threat to you.
And also, cops, you're supposed to have more training on your guns than like the average American.
Let's not talk about that, because we know that a huge percentage of cops are dumb as a box of fucking rocks.
Yeah,
Have you met some
y'all
of these
gotta work on
motherfuckers?
your aim. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Even,
Y'all gotta work.
well, did I send you the video of the cop who shot the other cop in the garage because
Yes.
they're playing games with each other?
Yes. Y'all be
Horseplay.
like Dick Cheney. Like, come
These are
on.
humans. These are humans who need to be put on leashes. I hate that this happened to Carmelo.
I do too. I hate that he was forced into a position where he felt like that was his only option, because it sounds to me, and I didn't follow this case particularly closely. I didn't really have any idea about it until the verdict came out, and then I was like, whoa. But it sounds to me like there was a lot of history between these two individuals, and that once again, like, if Carmelo felt like the adults were not protecting him, right? And he felt like the only way he could handle the situation was to arm himself.
I think everybody learns a lesson, and y'all can send your hate mail to AskDrFlow@gmail.com, AskDrFlow@gmail.com. I may read it and respond. I may put you right into the loony bin with the rest of the people who send me crazy shit from all over the world.
That part.
I think everybody learned a lesson. I think that Carmelo learned to not take weapons, and people like Carmelo, because they exist. They learned to not take weapons to spaces where weapons are not supposed to be there, because you may put yourself in a position to use it and to be in prison for 35 years. I think people like this other kid. What is the other kid's name? Metcalf or something like that? Austin. I think the Austins of the world also learned to keep your fucking hands to yourself. You may not make it home to see your mama, bitch.
That part.
It's for me, it's a dual teachable lesson. Don't put your hands on strangers because you don't know what they got in their bag. And also don't use what you got in your bag to potentially wound someone to death, because you're going to lose 35 years of your life playing Orange is the New Black.
That part. Yeah.
Everybody learned something.
Yeah, everybody learned something. And
everybody learned something.
Everybody learned something. And
did y'all learn something?
Once again, what's your number one pet peeve? What is it? Give me one more time.
Oh. Dr. Flo's number one pet peeve is preventable bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So my other argument is that the shop owner, okay, preventable bullshit. That was preventable bullshit. And y'all that live in that neighborhood, that majority Black neighborhood, y'all know that was preventable bullshit, because y'all knew that man had a history. Y'all knew he had a history of shooting at Black people.
If I lived there, that motherfucker would have been so mad, because there would be signs going up to the establishment. I would have had signs around that motherfucker for miles saying, "Racist motherfucker up here on the left, keep going." I would have put him out of business on a social media campaign alone.
Like, why did that man still have a business in that area? If you knew he was dangerous.
Racist Asian man, convenience-store.com.
Right.
What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, exactly. Like, deal with it, folks, before we get into situations like this one, because this too was preventable bullshit. It's preventable bullshit. A kid didn't have to die.
Since we're here, and y'all say I'm not supposed to talk about this because I never dropped a child out my pussy.
Okay, all right.
Because I never dropped a child out my pussy, or had my abdomen cut for one. Y'all don't want me to talk about this, but what is the language happening at the dinner table in the white mama's house and the Black mama's house to make these kids feel like this is the only way to deal with something?
That part.
Who raised these people?
That's what I said about y'all in my comment section that are in my comment section right now. I said it late last night on Threads. I said, who raised y'all on Beyonce's internet? Because who raised y'all? Who raised y'all? Okay. And the nearest, like, I went to a rather diverse high school, and I do remember fights breaking out. And I do remember fights breaking out between a Black boy and a white boy. A, no one had a weapon, right? B, the adults would jump in. Like, where were the adults? I just, like, it is beyond me.
Are chaperones not a thing anymore? Are chaperones like
where were these people? And it was at a meet. There had to be audience. Like, there were people around. It's so entirely preventable. And it's just like, the other experience that I'll lift here is a situation that I had. I was teaching a music summer camp, and I brought this song that was about diversity. And one of the kids, assigned white at birth kids, raised their hand and said, why do we have to learn about diversity anyway? And I looked at that child and I said, is that what your parents say? Because once again, who raised y'all? Who raised Austin to probably throw racial slurs? Let's be 100% honest about what Austin was probably doing with his gang of white boys behind him. Where did he learn that? And where did Carmelo learn that the only way to fight Whitey is through violence?
Ooh, Ooh,
Because what is happening at your dinner table?
ooh, not Whitey. Whitey on the moon?
Whitey on the moon, boo-boo.
Whitey
White like
on the
Jesus.
moon.
White like Jesus.
Jesus' cousin.
Okay, I'm
Girl.
fulfilled. I feel like this was all preventable. I feel like nobody had to die. I feel like Carmelo's life did not have to happen this way. He has already put in an appeal.
Neither did
However,
Austin's. Neither did Austin's.
right, and
That's a
there are people
horrible.
in the comment section saying, "Yeah, it was an all-white jury," but like there were Black people that testified. Okay, so like I Carmelo could have prevented this from happening in his life, provided that the people at the dinner table and the people at the school were not leaving him with the only decision to bring a knife and to utilize that knife.
Moonlight, who's way younger than us, says that there is no dinner table anymore.
Okay. Y'all not talking to your kids, period? I talk to my 2-year-old every day. And my 2-year-old talks to me.
Also, what about community care? Like if your parents aren't
Right.
talking to you, there's still supposed to be mentorship and advocacy in the community. This is why
Well,
I'm committed to.
you're on a track team.
Yeah, where were your friends saying this ain't the way, man? This ain't the way. Just ignore him. Let's just walk over here. Like he ain't got none of these motherfuckers have friends. I both of you are on the same time. Like what the hell?
It's so preventable. It's so preventable. And once again, y'all got to choose the way we're going to use Blackness. Because sometimes y'all want Blackness to be the thing that gets you a get out of jail free card for anything that you do. Okay? And the reason that you're using Blackness that way is because you think that it's going to allow you to climb the hierarchy of what? Oh, white supremacist Delulu. Oh. Yeah, I see that too, but that might be my biracial. I'm probably not supposed to be talking about that because I'm white passing. So let me just. He killed someone.
There has to be an example made for people who kill people. We can't have people who are casually homicidal just wandering out in society. There had to be a consequence. And you Black people, you assign Black at birth people who are out here like acting like he should get a pass in self-defense the way that others have gotten passes for self-defense. Like, do y'all want homicidal people
because he's
out
a
in
child.
do y'all want those people just wandering through life?
I don't. I didn't want Kyle Rittenhouse wandering around. I didn't
exactly.
I don't want any of those school shooters walking around. You know?
Stop being weird.
The store owner needed to be held accountable and wasn't.
There's still multiple ways to hold him accountable.
That part. And y'all know how to do it without knives.
When you want to.
And without weapons.
When you want to.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple ways to run a person out of town. But if you are accustomed to suffering and suffering is the norm for you and you are in that particular brine.
Right. And when you're asking for help from the same system that oppresses you, like, y'all got to make some sense on Beyonce's internet. Because y'all ain't making a whole lot lately.
It doesn't make a lot of sense either. You got all these people who will march in a No Kings parade, but they won't stand up for injustice against the injustice caused by that shop owner. You know?
Right, that part.
But once again, you know, y'all really want me, Tara, and everyone else to believe in this propaganda of unworthiness. I would have made sure that man didn't make any money the first time it happened.
Right.
I would like why is a kid in a shop that's where the shop owner is notoriously known as being a racist asshole. You don't deserve my dead presidents for that. I'm not rewarding bad behavior. You're not going to take my life because you're insane.
Right. I just, yeah.
Girl, we gotta
go. We gotta go because y'all gonna send us your hate mail. Okay.
Not my blood pressure. Send us your hate mail,
and we just go move on because I cannot with y'all. I cannot with y'all's hypocrisy. Like, and the No King's Day thing is just so amusing to me because a lot of the criticism, this is part, y'all got to ask yourself 5 whys, because yes, the criticism is legitimate that No Kings does not show up enough, right? Like, where were you when ICE shot and killed Renee Good and Alex Preddy? Y'all waited 2 months to have a protest, right? So there are legitimate concerns about No Kings, but half of y'all are criticizing No Kings because you're jealous, and y'all got to reckon with that. Once again, who raised y'all on Beyonce's internet? All right.
Because you can't find your voice, and you can't find your courage, and you can't express your I am. Then you'll come for those who can, even though the people who are doing it are also coddling their lack of further courage by doing the bare fucking minimum.
Right. No King's Day is collecting email addresses. No King's Day is collecting email addresses, and y'all be out here on Beyonce's internet hollering about it because you refuse to start your own email list and find a way to put it into Telegram where the government can't get it.
I promise you, it's going to be called the Underground Railroad of Love and Hope. We will be starting the Telegram ministry up tonight. I will see y'all inside.
So over y'all on the internet.
It's not them. It's a reflect. We are not removed from this society. It is a we problem. You were just a couple days ago sitting on Beyonce's internet talking about how none of us are free until all of us are free. We're going to have to deal with these clowns until we don't have to anymore.
That's why them people is mad in my comment section, because I said it again, and it you white people, okay? You white people fight for your change just as hard as the black people fight for their chains, okay? Those same black people that Harriet Tubman went back for, and they said, "No, I'm good in slavery." Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good with being under master's foot. Y'all fight just as hard for your goddamn chains. Anyway, let's go to threads. Let's move on. I'm coming for y'all, okay? Because I'm done. I'm so tired of mitigating myself because of being scared of y'all's comments. Sticks and stones, baby. Sticks and stones. Don't come to my house. If you come to my house, I'm calling the cops. Don't come to my house. Don't come to my house. Okay? And your words can't hurt me because I know who I am.
In the words of the grandma on the iconic film Nutty Professor, you might walk over here, but you're gonna limp back.
That part.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Single Gay Dad UK, who I follow, he was recently on vacation with this hunk of a muscular black man, and now he goes online 12 minutes ago, because I pair social relations. I'm just as nosy about y'all as y'all are about me online. He says it's official. All gay men are lying dirtbags, with the exception of a few of you fine folks on here. You know who you are. Time to drown my sorrows. I guess the hunk lied to him. Tara, do you think that all gay men are lying dirtbags?
I think that most people are lying dirtbags. Because I think most of us are lying to ourselves because of white supremacy. What's Moonlight saying over there?
Moonlight saying a few he's DL for.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to be careful. My life changed the day that my partner told me that it's a DL world. We're just living in it. It's a DL world. We're just living in it. And the more I watch these special movies, And the more that I meet people and the more that I realize that all of that weirdness that I felt over the years from straight men was not necessarily them being homophobic as much as it was them being homophobic as a result of their attraction and their sexuality concerns that they could not deal with. It's wild out here. I don't think that all gay men are lying dirtbags. I think that you really have to accept life as it unfurls. You don't know you're dealing with a liar until the lie gets exposed. You don't know that someone's not aligned with you until they tell it to you. And do you trust yourself enough to be able to deal with a liar when you see one? Now, this guy, this single gay dad UK, I wouldn't be out here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, Tara. I wouldn't be out here crying the blues about any dirtbag if I had this, salt and pepper in my beard. You see this man?
Oh boy.
If I had this salt and pepper in my beard and the glasses and stuff, I'd have somebody else spitting in my mouth by midnight.
Once again,
Trust yourself.
binaries, folks. Sexuality is a spectrum.
Trust yourself. There's a lid for every pot. And I'm happy to be part of the few exceptional good days of Threads. Y'all, we are asking, as we do every week, for a ceasefire in our hearts and our minds and in our homes and in our community and certainly at the track meet, because it don't take all of this vitriol and nonsense in order to have a society where we can all grow and bloom and love one another. And we don't need to drop bombs on people that don't look like us. We don't need to discriminate in housing. We don't need to keep people from eating because they haven't worked enough hours or because they're disabled and things like that. We really have created a bit of a fucked up situation for ourselves for no reason, in my humble opinion. And so we're calling on ceasefire here as a network. Tara, what are you calling ceasefire on today?
Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. And it takes and it takes and it takes.
We keep living anyway.
Living anyway.
And we rise and we fall and there's something that we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive and so many have died, I'm willing to wait for it.
Exactly.
I'm willing to wait for it.
Some of y'all be out here so mad at Hamilton for reasons. Y'all be talking about colorism and it's exhausting. Anyway, it's still got lessons, okay? Just like Harry Potter has lessons. And yes, J.K. Rowling is transphobe. And
you already know what I'm gonna say about this. There's not a single thing on this planet that people won't find something to complain about. Complaining is actually the true epidemic.
Ceasefire on your complaining.
Yes.
Amen.
You ain't coming in my house having my good chicken with all that habba babba.
Habba babba. Habba babba.
Because like I said yesterday on the live, the goodness and mercy is following you.
Yeah. Listen, I'm calling a ceasefire on the complaining. I'm calling a ceasefire on y'all making yourselves so damn miserable that you can't get free. Right? Because the reality is ain't nobody can make you feel any type of way. You're just choosing to feel that way. And I know that's a hard truth.
And stop being a victim. Let's stop being victims. Like life. Jim Rome was talking about this the other day on one of the teachings I was doing on TikTok. Like life ain't fair. Life ain't ever going to be fair. So stop being like, oh, life is fair. Things don't work out. Like life's not supposed to be fucking fair. You have to engage the hand you're dealt and make the most of your day. Like look at your life, find where you can be grateful.
But that heaven.
Black don't crack excellence. Shout out to Mr. Mitchell.
Shout out to Brian Stokes Mitchell. Shout out to that movie. Okay, shout out to that movie, The Prince of Egypt, because you all actually made the Egyptians brown people in that movie. Shout out to one of the best soundtracks of all time. Like that was
shout out to all of that. Shout out to all of that, but they still ain't more chosen than the rest of us.
Amen.
Fuck all that. I got fired from Broadway for saying y'all ain't special at all.
Y'all ain't
Because a
special.
person that was truly chosen and truly felt loved by the divine would have no need to drop a bomb on another motherfucker that they never met.
That part.
Tell me that you ain't got enough love in your life while showing me you ain't got enough love in your life.
That part. And if nobody's a chosen people, that means Black people too.
We're not doing the Black Hebrew Israelite thing today too, because like everybody wants to be special, but nobody wants to do the fucking work.
Right. Y'all desperately want to be special and want to be on top of that hierarchy. And I'm just saying, let's just not have the hierarchy, baby.
Everybody wants to be the leader, but the leaders have to go first, and don't nobody want to go first.
Y'all just want to complain about how other people making your life heavy.
Heavy.
Anyway, all right.
Says that they are calling ceasefire on engaging in self-sabotaging behavior.
Amen.
Me too.
Heal thyself.
Me too.
Heal thyself. Yeah.
Me too. And they're also saying that they want the benefits without putting in the work. I'm big on everybody do 10%. If 10 people do 10% of the work, then we got a whole 100% of the work done. We got to really stick together, and we really got to embrace solidarity across all people groups, because we're going to work less if we choose to lean into support.
If we stop fighting about who does protests right and who kills other people right and who teaches right, then we actually have solidarity. But we apparently too busy for that. So
Moonlights finally says, absolutely, too many people think 10% is too much, and that's wild. They're fucking lazy, and I can't do anything with them.
That part.
Ceasefire now on thinking that any contribution is too much, because we all, it's raining in Savannah. And now that my living room is a living room, I can just step right over and, rain will make the flowers.
Did that man finally go to sleep?
He's knocked out in there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
He did a great job, though.
And he still looked beautiful this morning. He looked beautiful. He looked beautiful this morning.
He is a gift to my eyeballs.
He's that young 27.
He's a gift to my everything.
Okay. And y'all would be a lot happier with your great sex, great food, great adventures if you did all the things that we talked about in this podcast. Okay. And ceasefire. Okay. Just saying.
We're not prescriptive. You will have your own combination. You'll figure out your own way, but I promise you there is a better way.
And it's not complaining on the internet.
It's not. We invite you to come in. Say it again.
It's not fighting people.
It's not fighting people. It's not fighting people at all. It's not, it's not fighting yourself.
Oh, there we go. Tie it in.
Michael Singer, who we were reminded of, although I don't think she called him Michael the first time. I think she called him something completely different, like Daryl or something like that. It
was some name. I thought she said like Melanie. Like Melanie.
It was not, but let's not do that. We're stop bothering yourself. I can send you all a wonderful teaching. Maybe I'll put it over in the membership. It's called Stop Bothering Yourself. Tara and I listened to it several times online, and it's a wonderful teaching on how if you stop bothering yourself, other people and other situations will stop bothering you, and peace is possible. And we found those daily in our programs over on TikTok and YouTube and beyond. If you're interested in signing up for text message reminders to pull you into our weekly programs, you can go over to lovedandlovable.org, lovedandlovable.org. We would love to get to know you either in our programs or our free private memberships, also known as FreeVit memberships, and also our daily peer support programs on TikTok when they allow us to be there and platform, but we're working on the Underground Railroad of Hope on Telegram as we speak. You all will get invites to that as soon as I get out of here. And also, I've got affordable premium services for those of you who want to coach in your personal and professional development. Tons of web resources are also online at lovedandlovable.org, askdrflow.com, and lovecityarts.net. Thank you to our web sponsor, Awesome Angie Novelties and Gifts, for putting us on the World Wide Web to share our love with everyone who wishes to receive it. I'm also working on Dr. Flo and the Love Experience, calling in people locally to Savannah, Georgia, and globally to help us tell the story of what it means to be loved and lovable exactly as we are. Tara, what is coming out of the studio as you get ready to bring child number 2 onto this crazy ass planet?
Crazy planet. Also calling ceasefire for y'all out there, like judging people for bringing kids into the world because you think the world is so horrible. Y'all do a little bit more joy work in your lives, okay? Because it's really
me. I need to do more joy work in my life because
it's really quite obnoxious. It's an obnoxious take that y'all don't need to have and y'all don't need to carry, okay? Because it's our body, our choice. Anyway,
it's your body, it's your choice, it's your bank account, it's your nerves, it's your everything.
It's not everything.
You're every woman. It's all in you.
It's all in us. Okay. So anyway, out of Tara Priolo Studio is the Liberated Voice Practice. You can get a week for free in the membership community or asynchronous lesson or say asynchronous tier by dropping me the word consult somewhere. And I'm happy to get you into the community. I will be inviting the rest of my studio into the membership community probably today if I get around to it. If not, it will be over the weekend, but you have 17 days to get that word to me. Okay. If you do it sooner rather than later, you can have it before I actually have the baby. Otherwise, I'll be back in the office supporting those 2 tiers, approximately July 6th, depending on how delivery goes. And if you're looking for more information about either one of those, you can go check out my Instagram. Once again, Tara Priolo Studio. And I have a whole bunch of posts on the Liberated Voice Practice. What is an asynchronous lesson? You can find all of that there. I also have my album because instead of complaining that there's not enough Black classical music out there that is recorded, I'm recording the Black classical music and releasing it. Okay. So my I Dream a World album is about 10% to its goal of 500 listens and $1,000 that I can donate back to Black-led organizations that support Black artists. I also have the I Dream a World archive, which is happening on my Instagram and Threads. I'm just asking you guys to finish prompts, and eventually I will put that together. And then last but not least, but what is making all the people mad, okay, all the people, is the Negro Spiritual Intensive that is happening on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday of next week. It is a 3-day live intensive. You will get packets. If you are on the wait list, you get extra packets and you have an extra discount code. If you were not on the wait list, there is still an accessibility code. You just type in accessibility on all caps and you get 50% off the price, which is $70, which is not that expensive for the person in my comment section that thought that as a white person, I should not be charging $70 for this thing on Negro Spirituals. So you don't have to pay 70, you can pay 35. Anyway, so that's happening next week. You do need to purchase by Monday, by the time like the thing starts to come on Monday, or you can come on Tuesday and purchase on Tuesday, or you can purchase on Thursday. But that is next week. And you can find those links at tarapriolo.com/links. It is all there. You can also join the waitlist for LVP there. And if you get lost, just send me a DM and say lost, and I'll help you figure it out.
I once was lost.
Oh my God, I was going to talk about that today because people are like, anyway, somebody was talking about Summertime, which is a whole other post. But then I was thinking about Amazing Grace, and I was thinking about how that's a very common tune in the white church that y'all don't seem to have a problem with singing. But what you may not know about that tune is that there is suspicion that it was actually hummed on the slave ships coming to America. And
she's another racist bop, like that national anthem.
Right. Well, the text was written by a white person, But the melody is supposedly from Africa, the free world.
Everything has the capacity to oppress you if you allow it.
That part. So I once was lost, and now I'm found.
I was
Come to
blind.
me with spirituals. We won't be
I was
talking about
blind.
amazing
I was
things.
blind to my own brilliance. I was blind to my own awesome. I was blind to my own sexy.
Amen.
But now, but now,
I'm free, child. I'm free.
Thanks for watching, everybody. You know where to find us at Priolo Studio on all platforms, at Ask Dr. Flo on all platforms. On behalf of everyone on our leadership team, our donors and sponsors all around the world, our students and our mentees, and our core membership over on Band and beyond, we invite you as always to stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and we'll see you very, very soon around the World Wide Web. Great show.